I get money and looking for folk. Then I hit college and book me some hours. Everyone loves me, I'm in my mode. I'm in my mode.
Hello everyone, this is Al Kabir, the analyst, and today I will be talking, did Miles Sanders jinx the Eagles by calling them an all-star team? And also, I want to talk about the Eagles having the 7th best roster. This is Al Kabir, the analyst. Let's get into Miles Sanders, right? Miles Sanders, as you guys who've been watching me for a while know, I'm kind of a critic of Miles Sanders. I believe Miles Sanders should be considered as a top 10 running back, but he doesn't have the numbers to back it up. That's why you have Chicago Bears fans, salute to my Chicago Bears fans, by the way, saying guys like David Montgomery is better than Miles Sanders. If you look at the numbers, David Montgomery is better, but to me, if you look at the field play, Miles Sanders is better. But I think what Miles Sanders is that he just can't stay healthy. I think he's too loose with the ball. Not like Shady McCoy loose, but he fumbles and loses the ball a lot. Like, meaning just catching ability, it's not that good. I don't know. It's just something about Miles Sanders. I think he'll be a great number 2 back behind like some big body running back like hitting at this on Kareem Hunt. I think he'll be a great backup to Kareem Hunt. Hell, if Jordan Howard was Jordan Howard from Chicago, I think he'll be a great backup to Jordan Howard. It's just something about Miles Sanders. It's like I just don't see him as that number 1 running back. That's just my opinion. Based on the numbers, based on what I've seen, if he carried the ball over 20 plus times in the game, it's almost guaranteed that he'll get hurt. Like the Jets game, if you hand the ball off to him too much, it's almost a fumble. Last year against the Browns, this year against the Saints, he was getting the ball, we was feeding him. That fumble comes, that big drop comes. But you also get that big run. I can't lie. You'll get that home run. I don't know if that even makes sense, if you understood what I even said by that. But you will get that home run just out of nowhere, out of Miles Sanders. But he will drop a few passes. He will fumble. But I say that to say this. I have no problem with what he said. I like the confidence. And I get it. I get what the Eagles fans are saying. Like, well, Vince Young said that years ago, and the dream became a nightmare. Now, Miles Sanders is saying this now. But I like that he said, we feel. The word feel means a lot because that's more internalized. Like, you should feel confident in your team. You should feel like you the best. You the all-stars out there, especially with the key additions that we made. What was he supposed to say? I mean, we're going to be good and competitive. Honestly, y'all must don't watch a lot of Lane Johnson interviews. I watch him a lot, and he talked that talk every single year that we're going to be the best. But this one just caught the headlines on Miles Sanders saying it. But I like the confidence. Let me say that. I really like the confidence in Miles Sanders. Now, I want to talk about this being the 7th best roster in the league. Let me get that up for you guys. According to ESPN. ESPN have us ranked as the 7th best roster in the NFL, right? I couldn't agree. I believe we have a top 10 roster. And we just got done talking about Miles Sanders. So they had something like the strength, weaknesses, of course, the offensive line, things like that is our strength. But they said the X factor is Jalen Hurts, because you don't know if Jalen Hurts, if he's really bad, obviously the team will be bad. But if he's really good, it will take this team to another level. Honestly, I think the running back room is the X factor. Because I believe that we're going to take the ball out of Jalen Hurts' hands more, meaning he's not going to run the ball as much. I'll be surprised if he gets 700-800 yards this year. Think we scale it back to maybe 400-300 yards, and he's going to have more passing yards. And him throwing the ball more and things like that, I'm afraid it's going to expose our running back room. our running back room is it has potential. You know, Kenneth Gainwell's potential. Boston Scott, it's more of a potential thing. Miles Sanders is more of a potential thing. But if you look at the numbers for the previous year, Kenneth Gainwell was pretty good. I believe he's only going to get better. Miles Sanders consistently been giving you 700, 800 yards. Boston Scott around 3, 4, maybe 500 yards. I'm not even looking at the numbers right now, but those are pretty average numbers. But what made our running game so good because Jalen Hurts was so dangerous with his legs. We got to be honest, but we pull the ball away from Jalen Hurts, it can possibly expose our running back room. So I believe our running back room is more of an X factor than Jalen Hurts. Now, I'm just being honest. I think Jalen Hurts gets better. But even with Jalen Hurts, you're going off of potential. Can Miles Sanders play more than 12 games? We will see. Will Kenneth Gainwell take his game to another level? Will we give him the ball more? We will see. So, I mean, Boston Scott, will he remain Boston Scott? We will see. We just need a good 300-400 yards. You know, need him at the goal line here and there, especially if we don't get a big body running back. So I agree with this being the seventh best outside of the top 5. That makes sense. You really didn't see these guys play together like far as the AJ Browns. You got a lot of pieces on the defense like Isaiah White, Hassan Reddick, and things like that. Jaquaski Tart. So I agree with this list. And once again, I like what Miles Sanders said. I like that he's confident. I like that he feel like this team is an all-star team. Once again, what should he have said? Like, we're going to be okay. We're going to be good. I think anything he would have said would have picked up the headlines. But I like that he had the confidence to say it. We feel like we're an all-star team. Cool, we got the target on our back. Cool, you wrote a big check. Now, can you cash that check? We got to see, can we cash that check? Eagles back then when Vince Young wrote that check bounced. But can we cash this check? I think we can. I think this roster is better. I think the teams that we play this year are actually worse. We catching the Cardinals without D-Hop in the beginning. I believe the Commanders are, when we play them in the beginning, because I think those are two hardest teams in the beginning. I think we catching them where though they trying to build the chemistry, especially bringing in Carson Wentz. So I think the first 8 games are really good until we get to that Packers and the Titans and things like that. Once we get there, that's when it gets a bit thick. But our schedule is favorable. Our roster got extremely better. And I like everything Miles Sanders said. As much as I'm a critic of Miles Sanders, I like that he's confident. Especially coming up on the contract year. Especially. We got to see his best. If we want to get paid, even if we don't stay in Philadelphia. If we want to get paid, gotta play your best, man. But at some point, you got to start questioning. We had 2 different head coaches, and they don't give him the ball a lot. Says a lot, but we will see. But hey, man, what do you think and how do you feel about what Miles Sanders said? Did he jinx the Philadelphia Eagles? And the Eagles having the 7th best roster in the league, according to ESPN, and salute to Thomas Peterson. But this is Al Kabir, the analyst. Ghost.
Hey. Go low. This one, man.